Oh, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. In today's video, we will be comparing Keone Pearson at the 2019 New York Pro to Terrence Ruffin at the 2022 Arnold Classic. And I was prompted to do this because I actually already had these pictures of Keone sitting around in my phone because I thought he looked pretty incredible at this show and I've just been waiting to use him, so why not now? So taking a look at this front double bicep pose, guys, and immediately my eyes are drawn to Keone Pearson. Both of these guys are listed as 5'5", even though I believe Keone is a little bit taller. But arm for arm, Terrence has actually brought his arms up a lot and they look pretty good. But his biceps aren't as peaky as Keone Pearson's, and waist for waist, both of these guys have very small waists. Now Terrence Ruffin does seem to be winning in the quad department, but Keone has some nice quads as well. Overall, I definitely would prefer Keone Pearson in this shot. He does look pretty dry here. You know, a lot of people talk about him not getting condition. But you guys have to remember that Terrence Ruffin was at least 6 to 10 pounds down from the Arnold Classic. Now, I thought it'd be interesting to look at another version of Keone, and this was from the 2019 Mr. Olympia, because we only have 4 poses to look at, guys. And here I feel like Terrence Ruffin stacks up a lot better. I feel like Keone isn't as dry here as he was at the New York Pro, and he honestly kind of looks more like a 212 here. I think Terrence having this waist tilt honestly makes him look a lot more classic, and he would take this shot. Now taking a look at the side chest pose, and look at the size difference, guys. Like, these guys are listed as the same height, so I'm pretty sure they're competing at the same weight. But Keone looks like he's already in a 212. I have no idea how this guy was even making the weight cut back then. That just shows you the genetics, guys, the very hollow bones. But once you look at this, your eyes will probably be drawn to Keone immediately. But then I just noticed that Terrence just has a lot more definition. If you go chest for chest and arm for arm, they're actually pretty comparable from the side. And Terrence is an amazing poser who hides his weaknesses and makes himself just look so complete. So overall, I definitely like Terrence Ruffin in his side shot, but initially, I definitely liked Keone Pearson. Now, taking a look at the 2019 Olympia version of Keone Pearson, definitely wasn't as conditioned as he was in New York Pro, but here, I feel like this version stacks up a lot better from the side. If Keone was a little bit tighter throughout the hamstring and glute area, I think this would be a win for him. You guys let me know about that in the comment section below. Now, taking a look at the back double bicep shot, and this is where Terrence is really just going to shine, guys. He has too much detail for Keone Pearson. Look at the glutes. Look at the hamstrings. Even throughout the back, Keone Pearson seems to be a little bit wider, maybe. Terrence's arms from the back actually look pretty good, but he can't match up with Keone Pearson. And Keone definitely has better triceps. The potential of Keone Pearson, though, is incredible, guys. If he was able to stay in the classic physique division, this physique, a little bit more condition, could definitely probably be up there fighting for a title, guys. Definitely doing pretty well against Terrence Ruffin, but obviously this would go to Terrence. Now switching to the 2019 Mr. Olympia, and Keone actually looked a lot more conditioned here, guys, but his legs looked a lot smaller. But once again, Terrence just has too much detail for him, and honestly, I feel like here it's not really a matter of Keone not being conditioned. I think he just doesn't have that muscle maturity yet because he looks like he had a little bit of that baby muscle, guys. But finishing up here with the ab and thigh shot, and this one had to be taken from the lineup from Terrence Ruffin because he never hits this shot, which I don't know why. But as you guys know, I usually always go with the guy who is actually hitting the ab and thigh overhead. And Terrence actually has a great ab and thigh, which I'm not sure why he hits it this way. Keone Pearson looks incredible, and this is a great execution because Keone probably doesn't look the best hitting this shot straight on, which is why a lot of guys hit it like this. But definitely goes to Terrence Ruffin, guys. Keone looks incredible, but it isn't a standard ab and thigh shot. Now, looking at the 2019 Mr. Olympia, look at the conditioning of Keone Pearson. Cross-striated through the quads. And it's kind of puzzling, guys, because in some of the pictures, he looked more conditioned in New York. In some of the pictures, he looked more conditioned at the Mr. Olympia. I think he may have been a little bit drier, and he possibly was just holding a little bit more water at the Mr. Olympia. Or maybe Keone was just having nerves get the best of him and he just wasn't able to connect with all the muscles on every pose. But as always, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Who do you guys think win this comparison? When I started this, I thought Keone actually would win it, guys, the New York Pro version. But Terrence Ruffin will win it. He's just more conditioned, more classic, has a lot more muscle maturity. If you haven't done so already, guys, like the video and sub to the channel. I'm out.